Hi there, so in this video I will be talking about the muscle of the leg. First off, we have our little friends here standing anatomic position. I will be focusing on the lower extremity, but first we'll focus on the upper leg. Alright, so we're gonna move our little friends up a little bit, okay? And then we're gonna zoom in a little bit so we can see better. All right, so the first one here, we'll talk about the psoas major. It's helped do its flexion of the hip. And the next one here, we have iliacus. It's also help flexion of the hip. So these two right here are adjacent to each other. The next one here is the longest muscle of the body, which is called sartorius. All right, so it have three functions to it. It help flex the whole leg at the hip, all right, and it's also flexion at the knee and help lateral and external rotation. All right, so the next one here, what we call the rectus femoris. Rectus femoris also help flexion the whole leg at the hip joint, all right, the hip joint, and also do extension at the knee. You have two muscle that is called vastus medialis. It helps to do extension of the knee. And then of course we have vastus lateralis. It's also help extension of the knee. All right, and then we have another one that is hiding behind the rectus femoris, which is called vastus intermedius. All right, you can't really see this muscle, but it helps extension of the knee as well. So this one, two behind there, 3 and 4. All right, these 4 are called quadricep, which means forehead of muscle. These are the large muscle group of the interior part of the thigh. All right, so now let's go ahead, let's turn our friend around so we can see the posteriorly. So back here, what we have here is gluteus maximus. It's pretty big muscle. It helps extension of the hip joint and lateral at the hip joint. And the one on the top right here, it's called gluteus medius. It helps abduction of the hip, so abduction, so away. All right, and then we also have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so these 3 here, the first one called bicep femoris, and then we have semitendinosus, and we have semimembranosus. These 3 here, in the back of the hamstring, they perform the same actions, which are extension of the hip joint and flexion of the knee. All right, so now let's go ahead and turn around back to interiorly. All right, and then let's talk about this one, pectineus. All right, I don't know if I say that right, pectineus. All right, it's also help flexion of the hip. All right, so now let's try to move our friend up a little bit. Oops, let's see here. Okay, and then now we're gonna go ahead and focus on the lower extremity. Okay, I mean the lower leg, I'm sorry. So this one here is called tibialis anterior. Tibialis anterior, it's what it does is dorsiflexion at the ankle, point the toe up, inversion of the ankle. All right, and then right next to it right here is called extensor digitorum longus. You have 3 functions, which are extension the digit, dorsiflexion, it's point the toes up to the ceiling, and inversion of the ankle, put the sole inward. And we have the next one here, fibulus longus. It's inversion of the angle. And then also let's turn him around here, and then let's move our friend up bitty up a little bit here, and we'll zoom in a little bit. All right, so this one here look like a teardrop. We have the gastrocnemius on the lateral side and the medial side. So this two here is the big calf of the leg. This guy do plantar flexion, and then also we have this one just right here. It's called soleus. What it does is also do plantar flexion, and that is it. And thank you so much. Hope you guys enjoy.